This program on investing under regulation crowdfunding is not investment advice.
Rising with the crowd, power unbound, change makers lead where hope is found. Superpowers for good, shaping the fate. Investors and dreamers open the gate. Supercross stands loud, proud and true, building tomorrow for me and you.
The non-alcoholic functional beverage space is kind of exploding in the United States, and I bet you're as curious to learn more about this space as I am. Stick around. Today's guest is Amanda Ortega, and she's the CEO and founder of a small business that's really in the heart of this space. She's an expert. You don't want to miss it. Welcome now to the Super Crowd Presents Superpowers for Good. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe. And as I mentioned, our guest today is Amanda Ortega. She's the CEO and founder of Beyond Bottleshop. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Devin. I'm excited to be here and talk about the industry of non-alcoholic and, like you said, how it's exploding.
Yeah, this is an exciting time. And I really am intrigued by what you're doing. So often I see trendsetters on the coasts in big cities, and you are doing this kind of in the heart of Ohio. Tell us a little bit about your business and how you got to be so cool in the middle of Ohio.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, usually they say the Midwest, we're usually about 10 years behind whatever's happening on the coast. So it's exciting to be maybe not 10 years behind. A lot of the non-alcoholic industry kind of exploded during COVID. A lot of the products that I carry, a lot of them were founded during COVID. So we're not too far behind. And I'm just excited to be an industry leader in the Midwest and in Ohio in a smaller city and to go ahead and expand it. But I do feel very ahead of the curve, more than I expected. I was looking for the sorts of things I'm doing and decided to go ahead and do it. But I'm realizing that it does take a lot of time and education and investment and just putting my information, myself out there to kind of connect the dots, connect the movement that you might see in Florida. Florida is where the non-alcoholic movement really took off first with kava bars and it's a lot more regular down there. And Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona is really taking off with the non-alcoholic and kava bars. So it kind of depends where you're from, where you visited, but it's really good point about the Midwest. We're usually bringing up the tail, but we're trying to stick along with everybody else.
That's great. That's great. Well, it is an exciting space. As you look at your business, I think you have a couple of ways that you are generating business. You've got the beautiful store. You're sitting in your beautiful store right now. It's great. But I also think you serve some businesses as well. So there's a retail side of your business and kind of a business to business side to the business, I think. Tell us a little bit about how you're growing your business.
Right. I started in this little bottle shop that is in downtown Springfield, Ohio, inside of a gift shop. My friend has the gift shop, and we just have a colorful, creative, kind of fun space. So it was an opportunity for me to have a small space with not too much overhead and start selling these non-alcoholic beverages. I was looking for the beverages in the last couple of years and found that there wasn't good access to non-alcoholic beverages that were ready to drink or mixers that maybe would help relax you, whatever we're using to replace alcohol. So at least for some people, that's where they're starting. So I have a little bottle shop, and it's really fun. People find me on websites for the brands themselves. So they might see a brand on social media that's doing a great job getting their product out there, and people will go to the "Where Can You Find Me" page, and then I'll pop up in Springfield, Ohio, and people drive an hour lots of times people drive an hour to come pick things up at my shop. So, but in the last year, I started with the shop, and now I'm have an online shop. So I'm trying to get all of the products accessible where you can order and have them shipped in Ohio. And the laws are a little different in other states, so it's a little tricky on some of the things. But most things I could ship all over. I've had people order from Oregon, even though the product was made there. So some of it's just demand for specific products they see advertised, and it's moving so fast, especially probably on the coast. Then people find it through me, and it's a worth having it shipped. So that was kind of surprising. But I have the bottle shop and the online shop, and my next step is distribution, and that's what I'm really excited to be working toward currently. There are a couple of local restaurants that are kind of a little more cutting edge, a little more craft focused, and they were the first ones to really jump on board and come to me looking for mixers, non-alcoholic tequilas, non-alcoholic gins, or bitters, the things they can make craft mocktails with that are going to be on par with the craft cocktails that they're serving at these just more trendy hangout spots. So that's the kind of the B2C. And then I have the B2C is like the bottle shop here and my online shop. But I'm really passionate about getting into the hospitality industry and bridging the gap between what's happening for people personally and what they can get when they're out. So I'm excited to bridge that gap with the other businesses.
Yeah, I think there's a tremendous opportunity. It's kind of exciting to think through how you're going to be able to grow this business with the three channels of distribution now. That it's exciting. Um, One of the realities that entrepreneurs face is there's always a little bit of a capital constraint as you grow. Doesn't mean the business is struggling. It means that growing a business takes capital. So, um, tell us a little bit about your decision to raise capital on Honeycomb Credit.
Yeah. Well, it is a little tricky when you have a startup, for one, to go to banks because they want to see 2 years of business, and you're a startup. So then you're really reliant on whatever you have going on personally. And sometimes that isn't what you need for starting a business. And so it is kind of a catch-22 for small businesses. Startup loans are not an easy thing to find or get. And then if you're not making enough revenue for, starting out, there's just these bigger things they're looking for that just feel overwhelming when you're first starting out. So I've been in business over a year now, and it just felt like the right time to really check out all of my options. And I thought it was really exciting to hear about Honeycomb's crowdfunding loan. I mean, I could keep trying at banks. I have relationships in my town, but there's a lot of people who do feel passionate about what I do, and they're excited because it helps them personally or helps someone they love. So what a cool opportunity that they can give $100, $1,000, or whatever is in their range to help a small business grow that's local. Maybe they know me and want to support the industry that I'm trying to move along. Maybe they're just looking for an investment in local in general, and that's not that easy to do in an organized way and legal way. So it's just a really cool option, and it just bridges that the disconnect between that
Yeah,
small business startup and what banks are looking for. It makes it tough, so it's a good option.
yeah, it's brilliant. It's exciting, and I've invested in a lot of deals on Honeycomb Credit, and it's amazing the portfolio I feel like I've been able to build, not only from the standpoint of helping entrepreneurs do good things like you, but also from the standpoint of being able to make money. I make money doing this. I'm excited. I love it. Well, Amanda, as you look back now, what drew you into this world? It's an interesting niche. It's growing. It's exciting. Clearly, there's an opportunity to make a lot of money, but I suspect there's a little more than a desire to make money. that's driving you? What brought you into this space?
Well, a lot of times us entrepreneurs we're filling a gap, but a lot of times it's our own gap, right? So a couple years ago, I was looking for non-alcoholic options, like I mentioned earlier, and found them few and far between. So my background is I had a wine shop before this, and my husband is a chef. He's been in the restaurant business for over 20 years. So we had a food truck for 10 years in our local area, and then went into a food hall and did like a counter service restaurant there. And I started a cheese, charcuterie, and natural wine shop. So I have the background in hospitality, in the food, and in the beverage. And even when I had the wine shop, which was right during COVID, and so that was definitely a challenge, but a really great experience. And just getting to know about retail and hospitality kind of put together, or the food service. So I was sourcing wines that were from small vineyards all over the world that were intentionally made. Maybe they were organic, just where you're choosing something intentional and not just drinking the thing with the highest alcohol or drinking the thing that's the cheapest. Or it was just about learning about each product and what they're doing, the kind of the story. So I just became really passionate about intentional drinking, even when it was still alcohol. And then just being in that industry really caused a strain on my health and my just like moving forward. And it just felt like enough time has been spent in my life in and around alcohol and just that kind of scene. So my husband and I slowed down on our consumption of alcohol a couple years ago. And like I said, we're seeking out these drinks, and it just kind of all came together. I had a friend who was looking to open a retail shop, and we were both kind of wondering what's next for us as entrepreneurs. And a space opened up downtown, and I had already been thinking about, nobody's selling these drinks. I can't find these drinks. Other big cities might have a bottle shop or some access to these non-alcoholic drinks that we see online, but you have to either order a whole case or pay a lot of shipping, or you don't know if you'll like the drinks. So it just was a great opportunity for me to source drinks that I loved and wanted to drink, and also try lots of other ones and weed out the ones that I didn't care for or think were a good fit. And it's just really come together, and it's just really fun. And as you can see, very colorful and lots of variety, lots of flavors, and lots of functions. I really have focused on functional beverages, which means they have like adaptogens is the trendy term, but it's like herbs or mushrooms, that anything that's going to like naturally help your body function in a certain way. So maybe it's energizing or social mood boosting or calming, relaxing. As you can see the posters in the shop that are choose your vibe. So that's kind of the main focus is, what are you looking for? How do you want to feel, and what natural ingredients are going to help you obtain what you're looking for.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. What a great story. I really appreciate you sharing that, because I think that drives a lot of people, that kind of experience of recognizing that uh, too much drinking becomes a problem, doesn't bring joy, and they're looking for something new, and the space is just exploding as a result. And so I appreciate you sharing your story. It's so authentic. Um, Listen, we got to take a quick break, but we'll be back. Folks, I'm here today with Amanda Ortega. She's the founder of Beyond Bottleshop, a non-alcoholic drink business that's curating all kinds of different beverages, sourcing them from around the country, and distributing them around the country. It's kind of a great business. Stick around. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we'll talk to Amanda about her superpower. You don't want to miss this.
Download a free copy of How to Make Money with Impact Crowdfunding. the book Sarah Hanks describes as
a fantastic overview, not just of crowdfunding investing, but of investing in general.
Andrew Savickas raved,
"This book offers unparalleled insights for anyone looking to make a difference."
Scan the QR code to get your copy.
At Super Green Live, climate capital meets innovation. Join investors and entrepreneurs building real solutions for a sustainable future. From live pitches to expert insights, discover how impact capital powers climate action.
We're looking at a future powered by innovation, a world where technology and sustainability converge for the greater good.
Be part of the movement. Register now at supergreenlive.org. Struggling to raise capital for your business? Unlock the power of the crowd with AI. My free guide, Crowdfunding Made Simple, walks you through every step to success. Get funded smarter, faster. Scan the QR code now for your free download.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here today with Amanda Ortega, the founder of Beyond Bottleshop, a non-alcoholic drink beverage company that's doing a crowdfunding campaign right now on Honeycomb Credit. Check it out. We're going to shift gears now to talk to Amanda about her superpower. Stick around. You don't want to miss this. Amanda, I'm so impressed with your work, the business that you're launching. It's, the vibe there in the store is just, so immaculate, so beautiful, so engaging, so inviting, so bright. Love it. You're obviously a very capable entrepreneur, and you've demonstrated this throughout your career and supporting your husband with his restaurants. Cool stuff. What is your superpower?
Well, I always say it's fun to get older. It's my favorite thing is learning more about your superpowers, learning what you really shine in, learning just it's so empowering and exciting to find out what you're good at instead of what you're not good at. But I feel like my superpower is just diving in. I feel like that's the pattern here is just seeing that something that's a need and it just feels natural to me to make it happen on if it's related to the thing that I'm passionate about, that I have skills in. And so I've definitely learned that through entrepreneurship and being a mom of 4 kids and homeschooling, and it's just you're around lots of people, connecting with lots of people, and it's important to build relationships that are deep and true and authentic. And so I feel like a combination of that with just going for things, I just don't have a huge fear of the risk of trying something, of just putting it out there, going for it. So it's just bringing together my experience with being able to build relationships with people that I feel really give that one-to-one trust, and getting to know restaurant owners, getting to know other entrepreneurs and connecting and networking. I've really been excited. It just lights me up. It definitely gives me energy to be talking to other entrepreneurs and other business owners on how we can move forward together. How can we change the world together, or at least change the drinking scene to be more inclusive, more just options, giving people options. And so it just lights me up.
That's great. I love it. I love it. As you think about your superpower, I wonder if you could think of a specific example, a specific time when something happened and you were able to use your superpower to solve a problem or achieve something that you're proud of. Can you think of an example that you could share with us?
Well, usually when I think about the connection and the networking and just bringing people together, I think about farmers markets, and that's just one of my favorite things is all the small businesses, all the farmers, the makers, all in the same place, and the intentional people coming. And ever since my kids were little, that's how they grew up, was at farmers markets and connecting with people and learning the vision behind people's businesses. And I really I really enjoyed connecting vendors together and just being a part of that. So creating lots of collaborations between businesses that maybe are struggling on their own to find their customers, and then bringing people together. Recently, there's somebody local that's doing a sound bath business, and that's where they have like gongs and bowls, and it makes like really cool noises that are relaxing to your mind and body. So it's a really unique thing that is getting more known. And then connecting her with the yoga instructor locally and saying, hey, I can bring drinks and you do this and you do that. And it brings all our customers together for an even better experience. And I think that's how I see the world, I guess. So it's exciting to be able to bring people together in that way and just build and bring all our superpowers together.
I love that. I love that. I think that's so healthy to look at the community as the resource. Of course, that sort of underlies the whole premise of crowdfunding, right? Bringing together the community and drawing on everyone's superpower. Love it. Now, I wonder, as you think about yourself as a leader in the movement, as a business leader, you are developing some script, some leadership capabilities, some guidance. I wonder, how would you guide someone to lean in to that community building, networking superpower of yours to strengthen their own abilities in that direction?
Well, I have worked with some startup businesses as a small business coach locally in our city for the SBDC, and I it's I think I enjoy meeting with people who are starting out and not feeling as confident, and but to really help them develop their idea and find out how it relates in the community, how it stands out, but how it also fits in, is just something I've really been excited about. I am definitely a big picture thinker, and I like to take all the information, bring it together in a pointed way that can be really encouraging to people who maybe only saw the one part. So as a business coach and as just a friend in the community to lots of other businesses, it's kind of fun to see how it all fits together and encourage people in that way, and just encourage them to get out there, to even at a networking event or farmers market where you're trying to connect. It can be really intimidating to think there's a whole crowd of people here. Where do I start? And that's hard for lots of people, mingling, networking. But it's just finding that one thing you have in common and kind of getting people more one-on-one and asking questions that and letting people talk till you find something you can connect on, and then things naturally will grow from there. So it's just getting through that like unique question asking part that opens people up, and then you can build relationships for just getting yourself out there, growing yourself and your business.
Yeah, great strategy. I really appreciate you sharing that. As we begin to wrap up now, I wonder if you would take a minute and tell people how they can find your offering on Honeycomb Credit. Tell people how they can order some drinks from you, how they can find the store, how they can connect with you, social media, or more directly. Uh, Give us a little rundown, if you would.
Okay, great. Well, I'm pretty easy to find. Beyond Bottleshop. All my handles are Beyond Bottleshop. My website is beyondbottleshop.com. I'm on Honeycomb crowdfunding site. If you search under Ohio or non-alcoholic, I know I come up in that way. So, and you can go to my online shop through my website, and I'm active on Instagram and Facebook, and my location is in downtown Springfield. And I also do events, so keeping an eye out on Eventbrite or on my website or Facebook for tasting events. That's definitely another part that makes the job fun for me and everyone else.
Fantastic. Well, I also want to just point out that we've created a short link to find the campaign directly. The Honeycomb Credit campaign links are a little long, but if you visit s4g.biz/bottle. It's on the screen right now for those of you who are watching. s4g.biz/bottle will take you directly to the Beyond Bottleshop campaign on honeycomb credit. Check it out. Looks like a great deal to me, certainly worth investigating. So I invite you to check it out and learn more today. Amanda, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. I love what you're doing and want to wish you every success in building a successful business in this space and supporting the growth of Springfield.
And beyond.
And beyond. That's right. All righty now. Let's do some good.